On this video, we're going to tell you the top 5 things you have to see at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios Disney World. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post new content like this right here. We just got back from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and it was amazing.
It was awesome!
And we wanted to tell you the top 5 things that you must see while you're there. And the number one I wanted to start off with is the Lightsaber Experience. The Lightsaber Experience is epic. Very cool storytelling.
The lightsaber has been wielded by some of our greatest heroes and darkest enemies. It's elegant and enigmatic. To build a lightsaber is an art.
Very cool scenery.
The blue crystal, like the one wielded by Obi-Wan Kenobi, his apprentice Anakin Skywalker, and now Rey. Green, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka Tano, Master Yoda himself, and Luke Skywalker.
It's perfect. It makes you feel like you're right in the Star Wars universe. So when you pick your lightsaber, you get to choose from different types. There are 4 different types. I ended up picking like a nature kind of version of the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, I had envisioned in my head before I went there. I was looking at parts online. So I highly suggest that you do that before you get there, because then you know what you want.
Absolutely.
Because when you have that little piece of paper in front of you, everything looks cool at the time.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that when you go and sign up, you spend your $200. They give you a pin that marks the type of lightsaber that you choose. They give you a really nice bag that you get to carry your lightsaber in, which is excellent because walking around the hot park all day, it's nice to have something that you can wear.
Mm-hmm.
This bag is padded. It has like a padding to it on the inside, so you're not going to mess up your lightsaber, which
Right.
I think is great. So the lightsaber is completely customizable. 5 pieces total. A bottom, a grip, and then the top here, and then you have like this button piece down here. It isn't a piece of plastic. It doesn't feel cheap. It's heavy. It's made out of metal.
You could kill somebody with that.
Honestly, you could. It is that heavy. We're actually going to do a video also going over the lightsaber, how it comes apart, the different battery compartments, the blade, getting the blade in and out, which was a learning experience for us. We actually had to ask about that, but we'll get into that in another video. Not only can you get different parts for your lightsaber, but you can also pick crystals. And I bought a separate crystal. The one that I have in here right now is purple, and the one that's in here is the original one I chose, which was red.
Yeah, and what that does is it changes the color of your lightsaber.
It not only changes the color, it changes the sound. It changes the sound. And so far I've heard purple, red, and white.
Okay.
And the white one sounds tremendously awesome. So that is definitely going to be the next crystal that I get. This is an awesome piece that you can pick up. You can wear it. They actually sell these little belt buckles here that you can attach to your belt, or maybe like your pants has like a little clip on it. So that's a great little piece that you can purchase for just a couple extra bucks. I highly recommend that if you want to feel like a real Jedi down in Galaxy's Edge. You can also purchase one of the stands, and this thing is awesome. It's made out of metal. It's very sturdy. It comes with multiple different little plastic pieces, so you can put your lightsaber up here. It'll fit all the different lightsaber builds that you can build there at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and you can display it on your desk. Look how great that looks.
I just want to give a little tip. If you are planning on going to Galaxy's Edge, make sure the second you purchase your tickets to Disney World, as long as it's within 180 days out, you book your Lightsaber Experience. They go by super fast.
Absolutely.
The last time I checked, we were actually on vacation about 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, I guess. And they were already sold out for the entirety of this month, part of April and part of May.
Yes. So make sure you book that as soon as possible. There's also a Jedi lightsaber Sith store where they sell a bunch of different stuff. They sell holocrons and things like that, but they also sell lightsabers that are like pre-built. These are not lightsabers that you build. And we bought one for a friend, our friend Michael Petrino. This is the Kylo Ren sword, and this thing is amazing. The reason why people are buying these swords from this store, they're perfect price point. They're $150 a piece. They come with a belt clip. They also come with this nice box that you can display it in. It has compartments in here to fit different parts of your lightsaber. It is the best bang for your buck. So if you're looking for a new lightsaber, this is where you're going to want to go. The second thing you should check out is the Creature Shop there in Batuu.
It was really, really cool. I loved seeing the different creatures and everything that they could do because they were all so different.
Yes, they had some puppets. They had some things where you kind of squeeze its belly and a tongue would come out. A bunch of different creatures from the Star Wars universe. Anything you could think of, they had it. And the one that I picked up for my son is the Porg. I was running through before we left the park, and I wanted to grab something for my son, and I thought this would be cool. I grabbed it. It wasn't until I got home and played around with it when I figured out how amazing this thing is. So he stands up all by himself. As you can see here, his little feet are there. But he has like a puppeteer thing in here. He can make noises and flap his little wings. And you can do both at the same time. This is so cool, and I think my son is going to love it. This guy was $50, a little steep, but it's a Star Wars character. It's from Galaxy's Edge. You're buying something from Disney. What do you expect, right?
You expect to spend a lot of money.
You expect to spend a lot of money, and I think this is a pretty cool item for a little boy. In fact, it's a pretty cool item for me, a mid-30-year-old man.
Number 3 is Auguste Cantina. It was incredible. Make sure that you stop in there when you're at Galaxy's Edge.
Scanner's wireless.
And make sure you make reservations before your trip because it fills up very quickly. They give you 45 minutes to stand inside of Auguste Cantina. It's pretty much standing room only. I did see a couple of people sitting down in different booths and things, but it doesn't matter if you stand up or sit down. The atmosphere is incredible. It's like you walked into a Star Wars bar right out of the film. They have a ton of drinks there. One of the drinks was a flight of Rancor teeth that are full of beer, which was really cool. I ended up getting the Yub Nub, which comes in this cool Ewok-like cup that shows scenes from Return of the Jedi, the very last final battle. There's a little chicken walker down there. There's some Star Destroyers and ships, and then you have the Death Star up there. It's awesome. I think this is about $50, and it was $15 for refills. We were told that this is the hack of Galaxy's Edge. You buy this cup, and the refills are the cheapest refills you can get with the most amount of alcohol.
Yes, so if you want to get messed up in Galaxy's Edge,
this is a drink for you.
Yes. Now, you can order the drink without the very expensive mug. I forget the price point on that, but I think it's similar to 15 or 20.
They had this, and they also had a Porg mug that I did see there. And then, of course, that flight, which I think goes for about $80.
Yeah, that was, I think, the priciest on the menu.
And while you're there, they're playing music, right? So the music is very Star Warsy.
They're not playing music. The DJ.
The DJ is playing music. Thank you. You're right about that. He's playing music that sounds right out of the Star Wars universe. He's talking to the crowd. It is an awesome experience, and the bartender was also amazing.
He was.
I guess you can't really promise you're going to get a cool bartender every time, but they're very much in character and is a whole lot of fun.
Let's sing together!
Number 4 is the Photo Pass from Disney. For $200, you can walk all over every single Disney park and have your pictures taken by a professional photographer.
It sounds a little steep, $200.
It does.
But from what I understand, if you're there for a week, you go to parks for 7 days, you can get unlimited pictures for that price. I think daily it's right around $70.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you spend $200?
Perfect.
I
thought
you're there for more than a day or two.
I personally think that was the best money that was spent for this trip.
It really was. We got so many cool pictures.
We did, and we got also cool holograms. So if you walk around at various Disney parks, you ask for a magic shot. And a magic shot typically means they put a little character in your photo. They add little special effects. But in Star Wars, you have to ask for a hologram because that's how they know it there. They have a certain language at Star Wars,
yes.
Galaxy's Edge. You should look that up and Google it a little bit. That way you know what to say when you're there. But asking for holograms gives you cool things like X-Wings flying above you. There's a little hologram thing.
I had a Porg on my arm in one of them.
So make sure you check out the Photo Pass. It is the best bang for your buck, and you come back. You don't have to worry about taking all those pictures. You come back with a slew of awesome photos of your entire trip.
Number 5! The Rise of the Resistance ride.
Oh yeah, baby. It is the best ride I've ever been on at any park, Universal, any Disney park. Amazing, such a cool ride.
And it's an experience in itself. First of all, you have to wake up super duper early. You have to be in the park by the time they open. In our case, the park opened at 8 o'clock, but sometimes the hours fluctuate, so you have to keep an eye on that. Once the opening time hits, there will be an announcement, and it says, all right, now boarding for Rise of the Resistance. You open your app, you have to join a boarding group, and you have to continually check your app throughout the day to figure out when you're going to board this ride.
Is it possible that your number will not be called? Yes. One big tip though, when you walk through that gate, that is when you open the app and go for your boarding pass. Not before, because there's some lag that's involved in it. If you have the app already open and then you go through the gate, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So make sure you wait. Once you get through the gate, open the app, join your boarding party, and then hopefully your numbers are good.
But it has to be opening time.
It has to be opening time. The ride itself is amazing. It's in 3 different parts. The first part of the ride, you actually have to walk through a long line, but it actually moved really, really fast. And while you're walking through this line, there's a lot of really cool Star Wars pieces. There are some guns and suits and stuff like that kind of hanging about. Then you get to a room where you see Rey as a hologram, and it's amazing.
Good. Shouldn't you be in flight prep? Recruits, thank you for joining the calls.
When they open the doors and you're done with that area, everyone in our entire boarding group gasped, because then you see a ship and you board the ship.
Over that transport. Let's go. Let's go.
Ground crew, deck is in motion. Recruits crossing to transport.
Initiate pre-flight sequence.
Right, because it opens a door and it leads you outside. You get onto a ship and it's like a transport that takes you, what you think you're doing is going up into space.
Engage propulsors and hold on, recruits. All ships launch. I am Lieutenant Beck. As you heard from Rey, I have been tasked with getting you to Vakara.
Red 2, Blue 5, keep tight now. Let's get ready to make that jump to light speed on my mark.
When you get up into space, a Star Destroyer uses a tractor beam. You go into a Star Destroyer. They open a door. You're now on inside of a Star Destroyer landing bay.
Interrogation processing this way. Keep your group together.
Then it leads you into a detention center, and the whole time it's very quiet. You feel like you're like a bad guy or something.
Well, yeah, because you technically are, and there's
you're
these
a rebel.
people, the cast members,
Right,
are dressed up in the Star Wars gear, and they tell you, okay, it's time to go into interrogation.
yes.
And you're like, oh crap.
And once you get into the interrogation line, you go into a room, you see Kylo Ren on the bridge.
Keep the prisoners here. I will return to finish this personally.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. So once you go into the detention center, Kylo Ren speaks to you for a little bit. He runs away, and then the rebels break you out. And it's a really, really cool scene. They actually cut a doorway out, and you walk through the doorway, and then you get into your little car. that's when things just go completely out of control.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, those are the prisoners.
Oh man!
There's 2 droids anyway.
Holy crap!
Detention not breach. Prisoners must see a level B.
Nothing off. Fire.
Oh wow!
Take cover, recruits.
Sound the alarm! All personnel to their stations!
Sir, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless.
Oh my god!
You will tell me the location of the secret base, and then I will destroy you and the Resistance.
You guys really like cutting it close, don't you? Okay, you're clear.
They did such a great job with it. The animatronics are amazing. Everything about this ride is just killer. Perfect.
It is.
So make sure that you get into that park early enough to get those boarding passes so you can get on the ride, because you don't want to miss that. Guys, have you been to Galaxy's Edge? We'd love to know all about your trip. And if you haven't, do you look forward to going? We'd love to know that too. Let us know all that and more in the comment section down below. We hunt together, yes! We will catch you next time!
Bye.